Martin didn't know she like to go in person or
So you can only so, yeah, we have to put it there. They would do some floaters of her though. So she's across all of them. So it's a float that she should be in another school. And she's reserved for short service. But that's, like I said, it would only work if you have continuing because then we're limited to 20. So like I know like some places.
Good evening. I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Mr. Moore, let me read the vision and mission statement. Jacksonville North Pulaski will be the model district where every learner is valued and empowered to become a successful contributing member of society. It's our mission to foster a culture of ownership and accountability through partnerships that create multiple pathways for success. Please call the roll, sir.
Carl Smith. Daniel Gray.
Here.
Ava Coleman is not here. Jim Moore here. Ron McDaniel.
Present.
Deanna Tony.
Here.
Lauren Martin.
Here.
Laura Walker. One not here, sir.
All right, thank you. You guys will join me as we stand for a moment of silence, followed by the pledge. Mr. McDaniel, if you'll lead us in the pledge, please. Sir.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. First on our agenda is reports, special presentations, finance and pre-K.
Good evening, everyone, board members. Our first presentation with finance will be from Mr. Kyle Hunt, our Director of Finance. And then following him will be pre-K, our pre-K Director, Mrs. Bradford.
Good evening, board.
Good evening.
I'm going to take a few minutes to talk a bit about finance, talk a bit about where our funding comes from, and then discuss some of the goals that I know that you guys have.
Is your microphone on?
Not sure.
I don't think it
Can
is.
you hear me now?
I don't see a green light. There it is.
All right. Better?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so a bit about how schools are funded. I don't know if you're aware or not, but it's funded through what's called the matrix funding. The matrix is based on a 500 student school district, and basically you're funded upon of those needs. You're funded for things like salary and benefits and basic operating requirements. So within the matrix funding, you receive funding, but not a defined amount, for things like technology, athletics, substitutes, maintenance and custodial, transportation, central office staff. What you don't receive any funding for, but still have to provide on some level, are assistant principals, dyslexia services, special ed aides, dean of students, athletic directors, and security. Those things are not defined in the matrix, yet we all know that we need those things to operate on a daily basis. The other thing that we operate under when it comes to funding, well, we try to keep an eye on our class size ratios, and these are in the state regulations. Kindergarten classes ideally will be around 1 to 20. You can see that class size grows as students get older. So keeping that in mind, when it comes time to figure out how many teachers we need at each grade level, we run a simple spreadsheet that might want to load, who knows, to kind of see how many we need. So you can see like at Merle Taylor, they have 4 kindergarten classes. They have 59 students. They have room for 80 students, so they have 21 empty seats on a daily basis. If you extrapolate this out across the district, You can see how many open seats you have in kindergarten here at 76, which is 3 classrooms worth. If you go on down, you notice you have 341 empty seats in your elementaries on a daily basis, which equates to 14 teachers too many. Now, I say that like there's 14 teachers too many. That number can never get to 0. You don't want it to get to 0. 5, 6, that's a realistic number. So kind of keep that in mind as we go on here. I'm going to see if I can get out of this since it doesn't want to load. So what? Oh. So why do we want to focus on funding? And why on staffing? All right, so in FY24, we were funded for 4,200 students. In FY25, we were funded for 4,140. This year, we're funded for 4,063. Next year, I'm projecting that we'll be funded for around 3,950. So over the course of those years, that's about $2 million or $500,000 less in funding that's coming into the district each year. So as that population drops, and that is something that's happening across the state, that is not a Jacksonville thing, that is a statewide issue. The graduating classes are bigger than the classes that are coming in kindergarten. Part of it is due to birth rates, and then part of it is to students going to charter schools, private schools, the vouchers that are available. We also know that the federal government right now is shut down, and we have heard that we could expect up to a 67% decrease in federal funding. We know that some funds will be going away altogether, but we also expect others could be cut. That is yet to be defined. So our goals when it comes to finance and staffing is to be able to do all the things that the district wants to do. At the last board meeting, I believe everybody had at least one idea for what to do with the building fund money, right? There's always something more that we want to be able to do. So money that we are able to roll over each year goes into that building fund to continue those projects. We also want to be able to get bonuses and raises from time to time. And I'm going to go on tonight to talk about strategically adding some staff that I think you'll agree that we need. So our simple goal is always to do what's best for students. If you take a base of $50,000 and multiply it times that 14 teachers that we have at elementary, that we technically don't have to have, that would equate to an $1,100 bonus for each teacher on an annual basis. I'm not saying that we do that, but that's something to be considered. The leaner we can be, the more flexibility we have. Additional considerations. This is a big part of why I'm here tonight, is maintenance of effort. We have an obligation under law for maintenance of effort when it comes to special education. And I could read you that long law, or I could just tell you the sentence that tells you basically what it means. Whatever dollar we spend this year, we must spend again next year, and every year thereafter. So in FY24, we spent $4.391 million. Last year, I kept it at $4.391 million by using some extra Medicaid and RMAC funds that we had that were not allocated for anything. Our projection for this year, by the end of the year, is we will have spent $5.2 million. So on that upward trajectory, we will reach a point at which we cannot sustain. With me on that, we'll get to 5.5, we'll get to 6. We will not be able to sustain that. Why is that happening? We have an increased behavioral needs population. We have increased number of kids going into life skills classes. And we have increased kids needing specialized transportation. So what I would like you to consider, that SPED MOE can go up by every dollar that we spend. I know this is kind of small, sorry. But getting it to go back down is a challenge. You can take certain credits, but the credits that you can take are minute in comparison to how much you can go up. So we know that our population, the reason that we need to moderate that MOE is because we're going to reach a point of no return that we can't sustain. We also know that behavioral needs are a great need in our district. So in order to lower MOE, we need to be able to remove some paras that are in special education that are doing one-to-one work. If a student has high behavioral needs, in cases we will place a one-to-one para or a one-to-one adult with that child, costing us in the neighborhood of $50,000, $60,000 by the time benefits are paid. They have no skills, but basically keep that child safe, keep the other children safe, and let's get through each and every day. Does that make sense? If we can remove those one-to-one paras, we can take that credit against MOE and slowly bring that number down or moderate it to where it is much easier to maintain at a safe level for the district. You staying with me so far? In order to be able to remove those one-to-ones, we have to have specialized people who are trained to work with behavior. And we are talking about severe behaviors, both what I call chosen behaviors and also behaviors that are attached to a child's disability. They're not necessarily choosing the behavior, but it comes along with that. So I am proposing that we take on a little more spending in the short run to counteract it in the long run by hiring a board-certified behavioral analyst for the school district. There are about, my understanding is there are about 13 in the state. This is a very hard-to-achieve license. So I'm proposing that we pay them on the B13 pay level, which is the director's pay, so that we can attract someone who can truly help us out. In addition to that, I'm asking that we consider hiring 4 registered behavioral technicians, which would work under the BCBA. They would also be trained by the BCBA, and they would also be able to train teachers, paras, administrators in best ways to work with these students with behaviors. Over the course of time, we would be able to remove these one-to-ones and bring our MOE down. These people would work with not only SPED students, special ed students, but also regular ed, gen ed students, whatever they needed to, whatever the need was. So basically what they do is they work hands-on with the child. Right now, if you needed a BCBA, if we had a child that did, we would get one that would come through the computer and try to direct us how to help a child through the computer. And you can imagine how much help that would be when you've got a child with behavioral needs. I'm proposing that we get one that is right here on the ground, able to come in and work with other adults, not only show them how, but work with them, be able to give them the skills, and then move on to other children as well. Trying not to take too much of your time. I could go on for days, but what questions do you have? What could I expound on?
Questions?
How many students do, I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
How many students do we have in this category?
Right off the top of my head,
Give me a ballpark.
well, we have 60 in elementary life skills, and probably half of those have behavioral issues, just in elementary,
How many paras do we currently have?
30.
And under this proposal, how many paras do you see moving forward?
Well, there's 4 one-on-ones on tonight's board agenda alone.
Right, so we are slowly, over the course of this year, I think we have added 12 new one-to-ones this year already. And
For
so,
safety.
Is
for safety.
there a legal requirement sometimes where a student is required to have a para?
Do you want me to come up there?
You can-
Probably best.
You can, or I can answer that. I'm good
I mean-
with that. Yes, in some instances, when you talk about personal care needs, ambulatory needs, those kinds of things, yes. But for behavior, no.
So like, okay, I think the idea of hiring the behavior, or whatever that position was called, I mean, that's a great idea. But is it gonna be able to help us reduce the paras like you're thinking it will, or that's my question was, are they not required in some instances?
Yeah, the majority of pairs we are hiring right now are based on behavioral need.
One-on-one paras are an IEP team decision, so if we have one that needs one for healthcare needs, that is still gonna be a need. But if we have one for behavior and it's an IEP team decision, this position is written as not a SPED position, so I don't have any control, this is not my position. So we would then consult with the BCBA to help us with the behaviors. But if we have an immediate need for safety and security, we would still seek, one-on-one for immediate safety and security for the scholars.
And board members and audience, the reason why we did not write it as a personnel member under the special education department is so that this specialized position would be able to assist with all students. So just not our students with IEPs, but all of our students across the district would be able to be supported with this team.
Mary, did you have a question?
Do we get additional funding for special ed or anything?
Yes, we get, now that number that I gave you for MOE is separate and apart from the amount we spend, about 2 million-ish on 6702 SPED money that we get, that's federal money. So that's in addition to that several million we already spent.
So as our sped numbers increase, that federal funding would increase?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no, that's all depends on the number that they allocate for it in a given year.
And any scholar that has a one-on-one, we do claim them on an additional fund, but it doesn't cover the
Right.
entire cost of a one-on-one.
We're also able to call catastrophic funds. If we spend over X amount of dollars on the child, we can file for catastrophic. That all depends on how many schools in the state applied for catastrophic, and then that money is divided out.
How many scholars do we have that are only have a one-to-one para for behavior?
A handful.
So most of them that would need a one-to-one para already have an IEP that's running through special ed.
For behavior, yes, ma'am.
Keep in mind, this also benefits those students who are in your gen ed classrooms that are affecting instruction on a daily basis for not only themselves, but also 20 other kids that are in the class with them. So there's a gen ed benefit as well.
So we are legally required by federal and state regulation to do this. Is that a correct statement?
To do,
To hire these BCBAs and RBTs,
No, for the special ed kids to provide this service, I guess, for the
we're
students.
legally required to educate them in a safe manner,
Okay,
and we do that as an IEP team. We put in the supports that we feel are required to keep everyone safe.
safe.
And one-on-one is our last resort, but right now we're dealing with behaviors that are extreme, especially in our kindergartners right now, that we have not seen before. This is a different group of kindergartners.
Are we doing testing?
Yes, sir.
One more time for those of us that are forgetful, IEP stands for?
Individualized education plan. And sometimes we have them under ADA, Section 504, Americans with Disabilities. And I also oversee that program for the district.
All right,
10% of my time.
any other questions on that? And that is an action item for us to discuss later on down in the agenda. All right, if we have any more questions when we get there, we may call you back up. So
Thank you.
sounds great.
stay tuned. Thank you, sir.
Ms. Bradford?
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, how are you all doing? Good. I am Ms. Bradford, principal of Homer Atkins, the Homer Atkins Pre-K, and happy to be presenting before you all this afternoon. So our vision statement is JMPS Pre-K will provide a safe, nurturing, and engaging early learning environment where children build strong academic and social foundations. We are committed to developing the future leaders of tomorrow, one child at a time. So just a little bit about pre-K. So we have 3 sites that we're housed in. Our main site is Homer Atkins, where we have 4, we have 4 pre-K 3 classes. we're actually full, proud to, report that. We have 20 students in each class, so for 80 students for pre-K3. We have 8 pre-K4 classes. We're currently sitting at an enrollment of 117. So our total enrollment at Homer Atkins is 197, so we're about 43 short from full, and all those remaining slots are for pre-K4. We also have 2 classes at Alameda Elementary, 1 pre-K3 and 1 pre-K4, to which both of those classes are full for a total enrollment of 40. And then 1 class, our brand new class, pre-K class in the district, pre-K4 class at Bobby G. Lester Elementary, with an enrollment of 20 scholars, so those classes are full. We have some new things happening this year with our curriculum. We are continuing pre-K Rise at the pre-K4 level. Last year, or when I came in, we were doing Hegre pre-K3. Since then, we have implemented for pre-K3, pre-K Rise at the pre-K3 level. Also new to all of pre-K is Frog Street curriculum. This is a brand new curriculum costing about $70,000. But I am very pleased to announce that we were one of 2 districts in the state offered this pilot with philanthropy money, so of no cost to the district. It's going to be a great change. It's going to have a great impact on our scholars and learning. And the goal really is to see I would say we want, when our kids leave, we want to know what kids came from Homer Atkins based on their level of preparedness. And I truly believe that Frog Street is going to take us there. We also are a part of the class pilot, cohort 3, and that is a new classroom assessment scoring system. This isn't mandatory by the state, but it's coming down to where this will be something that pre-K will be moving to, coming from the Office of Early Childhood. And so we wanted to get an early kickstart where we kind of learn about it, get our feet wet, and if we make some mistakes, we can learn from them while there's no pressure. And so we are participating in the class pilot this school year. Just a little bit of data. So we had our first learning is required walkthrough with the district team. And so from that, 70% of the classrooms, and this is just for Homer Atkins. Well, actually, yeah, this was just for Homer Atkins walkthrough at our building. And so we saw that 70% of classrooms showed that learning was being required through the use of HQIMs, being on schedule, preparedness, evidence of learning in the classroom. Utilization of HQIMs, which was 80%, and then of course 80% showing that there was rigor and grade level standards. We measure learning throughout the year using the Kindergarten Foundational Survey, and so we have already completed our first set of data, beginning of the year data, which showed 42% of scholars scored low in letter knowledge. So this just simply means that these scholars recognize 0 to 5 uppercase letters, 0 to 3 lowercase letters, and just having limited exposure to letter knowledge. I see this as a starting point for us, knowing where we can, where scholars need us, right? How we can grow our scholars, and then we will, of course, test that growth throughout the year with our middle of the year data and our end of the year data. Again, the goal is that you will know the scholars that come from Homer Atkins because they will be ready. We heard Ms. Darrington talk about that it's some different kind of kindergartners, and some of those came from Atkins, but we are working on making sure that we have some tools in place, some testing in place. If there are, special needs and getting started with the paperwork and the testing that they need to ensure that they have those things in place and our kindergarten teachers know a little bit more about our scholars. I think that's gonna help them tremendously. So Homer Advocates is, and just pre-K, JMPSD pre-K, is excited to do some great things also this year. You all have any questions for me?
Yeah, I love acronyms. HQIM, what does that stand for?
That's just our curriculum.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
It stands for high quality instructional material.
okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, next item we got is public comment. Do we have anyone sign up for
No.
public comment? All right, Chief, thank you very much. All right, legal update.
As Mr. Richardson could not join us today, he's on a trip, but we did want to present to you all, as stated in the last board meeting, we have been able to receive unitary status, but to close that out, we do have to pay attorney fees for the interveners, the defendants of the case. And so Austin Porter is the attorney and Joyce Springer is the monitor. You see before you that his total fee, Austin Porter's total fee is $8,440, and then Joyce Springer's total fee is $1,320 for the amount of $9,760. It actually came out cheaper than what we thought it was going to come out, but we wanted to present for your approval so that we can go ahead and remit payment for these and then continue to close out this DSAD case. Yes.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, facilities update.
Baldwin and Shell.
Gentlemen, ladies,
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't see you behind there.
You were back.
Oh, Michael's.
My big head.
Oh, reflection was coming off of there.
So we're here, we have multiple things to do today for facilities. The first thing, we want to handle the most important business first, and we want to present you all with a ABC Arkansas, which is the Association of Building Contractors award. It's an award of excellence for the construction of the Bayamita Elementary School project. And so every year, what our industry does is our ABC industry puts together a competition of all the projects that were completed the previous year, and they rank them against one another. And so we selected the Bayamita project because it was the first project completed for Bayamita and Merle Taylor. We have the option, I believe, to submit Merle Taylor this next go around. So we didn't want them to compete against one another and lose the opportunity to win for either one of them. So it won in the entire state of Arkansas for all the contractors here. It was the top award of excellence institutional K through 12 project between $20 million and $25 million. And so, so part of this, I want to give this to you all. This is you all's to keep.
They want to come for a picture too.
More people would have come, but we're dividing contracts today.
Come on up.
It looks heavy. Should we come down?
Somebody help me hold board people.
It's your zones.
It is my zone.
Get in here.
Stay up here.
Hey, Dick.
partnership, with the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District, and with our partnership with WER Architects on all of the projects, within the district. The second, I left something in my backpack, but the second is we want to talk about, update you on the range of magnitude estimate for pre-K today. That this, right now? Okay, 1 second. Sorry, I'm unprepared.
Butter us up.
And they dropped it.
Good stuff first, or the bad stuff.
I'm gonna give everybody a copy. Is it possible for us to plug in a computer or a thumb drive?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, so, what you have before you is this is a range of magnitude estimate. I think we've been meeting, for the last couple of weeks with Mr. Lester and his team, to really come up with the, scope of work for, the pre-K. I know we just walked through the Horizons, scope over at the Merle Taylor Conversion Project. And so, we're moving that project forward, and we're looking to, commence that work on December 1st. For the Horizon scope. And so what this estimate is the continuation of all the work to finish out pre-K, inside of the Merle Taylor conversion, as well as the exterior of the building and the site work for that area. So right now, range of magnitude estimates all in, based on our conversations with, the design team and Mr. Lester, we think that's around $7.9 million, and we want to show you what all that includes. And so, you all see that. All right, so so I'll start at 12 o'clock, and I'll just work my way clockwise. And so this is the north part of that existing Merle Taylor building. So what we're gonna do is go in, add concrete areas. I don't know if you can see that cursor. Add concrete paving for a new kitchen area, new side area, a new canopy for drop off for the pre-K students, parent drop off. And then also we're including a new turf playground area with new playground equipment.
Can you go back to that?
Yes, sir.
Can you zoom out just a little bit? I thought, so, okay. So this is all on the back side of the building?
Yes, sir. This is all backside. Yes, sir. And then this here is the east side of the building. So here what we discussed today, we were anticipating putting a large parking lot just south of the clinic. We've reduced that, as of probably about 5 o'clock today. What we're carrying right now is allowance for a new parking lot somewhere on this campus, most likely on the north side. We'll probably enhance that, 50 new parking spots. So that includes all the site work, potential undercut, based on the area and the soil conditions in that area, the parking spaces, the striping and the signage, for those areas. Also, what we've included in this price is power washing the entire exterior of the building, tuck pointing, which is, just really touching up the masonry on the exterior of the building, and then painting the exterior of the building. I'm gonna have Jared come up and walk us through the interior scopes.
Been a while since I've used it, baby. All right. All right, so I'm gonna start with the kitchen, or just to the rest of the kitchen and work my way kind of clockwise. All right, so this essentially, we're gonna have 13 new pre-K classrooms. Each classroom is going to have its own individual toilet. The kitchen, there's a whole lot going on with this kitchen. We're gonna have to remove the slab that's there, put back a new slab. We got a new dryer and washer, and cooler, freezer, whole 9 yards for that kitchen. It's gonna be really super nice kitchen. Has a brand new cafeteria. We're gonna keep the existing toilets where they're at, but we are gonna replace the plumbing fixtures that go to those. We're gonna have a nice sized break room right in this area. We've got a principal's office, conference storage. Can you also see it up here? We have a new vestibule right here. It's going to be made up of aluminum storefront. In order for this kitchen to work, we are going to have to extend it just a little bit right here in this area. We are going to have to put a new grease trap in there for the kitchen. It's going to have some HVAC pads on the exterior, as well as a generator pad on the exterior. All new HVAC, all new electrical. Each classroom is going to include new cubbies.
Cubbies for storage.
Sorry, cubbies. I say cubbies like everybody knows it. Sorry. So it also is going to have this really nice indoor play space. We envision kids running them up in there. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a good time. And the workroom, we have some more laundry area here. Your electrical, we did include like some structured cabling and intercom system and fire alarm rework. Your fire suppression, for the most part, was taken care of in the PR6 or the Horizon building. And this one, they're simply going to turn the heads down and center ceiling tiles.
So essentially what's going on, we started off with one big project and we've broken it down into small sample sizes, small individual projects. The first phase was the clinic, which is completed and operable. The second phase that we're getting ready to begin is the Horizon space. Part of that Horizon scope that we're gonna do on the east side of the building, it also includes demoing out the existing concrete slab in certain areas to install a new sewer main. I think that's been discussed with you all. But then also it includes bringing in a new fire suppression system. And so in that space, you bring in the fire suppression system for what's gonna be pre-K, for that open space, for the Horizons areas, and for the clinic. Right now, we have a pipe that's above the ceiling in the clinic, so now we're gonna tie all of that in, drop those sprinkler heads and the ceiling tile in the clinic area. What we'll have to do, if we're approved, or if the design team is approved to move forward and finalize the design for pre-K, we hope that we can time this as such to where we can take those sprinkler heads that'll be turned up right in phase 2, and we can turn those down before we finalize the scope in phase 2. We think that'll save a little bit of money for the district if we're able to time it perfectly. So essentially what this is that $7.9 million, it essentially completes the finish out for the Merle Taylor, that existing Merle Taylor conversion building.
Mr. Hansberry, considering that I know you all are working overtime to have this presentation for tonight, do we have some wiggle room in that price?
So I will tell you, we're carrying a pretty healthy project contingency at the moment, just because it was so rough. A lot of discussion, a lot of items that weren't detailed, wasn't finite, and so we wanted to carry that contingency now because our ultimate goal is to start bringing the price down once we have some. This is our starting point, our baseline.
So is it possible for us, and definitely appreciate you all rushing to get this done between last month and this month, is it possible for us, the district admin with you all, WER, and Baldwin and Shell, to continue to discuss this over the next few weeks and come up with the revised presentation in December for the board?
We can do that. I think the only, one of the topics of discussion today was timeline. I believe this project, I think we wanted August, is that correct? And so we believe that this is somewhere probably about a 7-month project. And so obviously, as you know, time is of the essence for us to be able to have you all some form of approval for design and move forward. We can continue the conversation, but I think that the design team probably need to start moving forward so they can finalize design, we can get all the necessary approvals, then we can be prepared to go to bid by the first of 2026.
So are we asking the board to approve the design and not the
We only,
price?
so what we're coming to you today is to present, hey, range of magnitude, this is where we are, 7.9, and we think we have everything included with some wiggle room. All right, and so our ask is for approval for the design team to move forward to be able to finalize construction design.
Can you bring the first number down to a 5? Deal.
I'm with the board president, or close to it, closer to it.
5.9.
We'll go back to the drawing board and work with the team.
And we can, if we need to do a workshop or a special meeting between now and December, I know we got Thanksgiving and we're moving the December meeting to a week later because of Thanksgiving. If we need to try to do a workshop in the next 2 weeks or so before Thanksgiving, we can try that. So why don't y'all connect and keep grinding on it and see if we can get something figured out.
Sounds good.
So I want to make sure I understand this as well on our end. So the number where we need to get to truly is 5 point.
Closer to it. Yeah, so and I met with Mr. Lester this afternoon about that. So if we can go back to the proposed price a couple of years ago that we discussed and kind of meet closer to that number. So we
gotta get the scalpel out.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the finance presentation?
I did.
Full of joy, full of joy. Yes.
Do y'all have any other questions regarding this?
I mean, it looks great, it's gonna be great, we just gotta figure out how to do it, so, appreciate y'all.
All right, thank you.
Was that all of your presentation?
I think that's all of my presentation, unless there's any update.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Okay. District reports, Dr. Owa.
Yes, I have two, hopefully, brief reports for you. The first one, I'm going to call Dr. Walker up. We have a great opportunity that we would like to present to you all that will not only benefit our Jacksonville community, but Central Arkansas community as well. And so Dr. Walker will come forward to present.
Thank you, Dr. Owa. You should have in front of you the Starbase Arkansas Partnership Proposal. And I have with me tonight Mr. Arthur Brown. He is the Deputy and Director of Business Operations with the 19th Contracting Squadron at the Little Rock Air Force Base. And so we have kind of been working together on this. So I'm just going to hit some highlights, and it's a proposal for you to consider. So it's Starbase. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and the program history, the partnership opportunity, the course of actions, and the path forward and possible timelines. So if you look at your presentation that's in front of you, Starbase dates back to like 1991, and it focuses on hands-on learning through STEM, and it's federally funded. Across, there are like 81 Starbases throughout the U.S., and it focuses on careers, ignites and sparks the interest of scholars in the STEM field. There's some stats on here that talks about the direction in which the STEM jobs are going for the future, and we want to make sure our scholars have an opportunity to have that experience. And it also impacts in the community engagement, and we think it would be great for us to partner with them. And this is just kind of the history. It started, the first Starbase here in Arkansas, and actually is the only one. It's located here right outside of the Little Rock Air Force Base, opened in 2022. And then there have been some additions to that in 2024. And the operations paused in February of 2025 just due to funding. Previously, it was being managed by Ford Institute. It was a non-profit that had partnered with the Little Rock Air Force Base. So what we have done is that on September the 18th, we started having conversation with the Little Rock Air Force Base through Mr. Brown. And when we met, he talked about the possibility of what it could look like in the Starbase at Barksdale in Louisiana. He said it was being kind of funded, managed through a school district. So we went down last week, and we had an opportunity to tour. It was very interesting. So under this particular model, we as the district would lead and host the Starbase program. And the Little Rock Air Force Base providing reimbursements through the invoices that we submit. And it would be a collaborative effort to inspire STEM throughout our community, but this is a statewide program that's offered to fifth graders. And also it have some opportunities when you go to level 2 that there can be some things as far as STEM in the middle school as well. So this is the proposed structure, that the classroom structure, there are currently 3 classrooms that are available, but we would only start out with one particular classroom. It would be a program director, deputy, and then there would be an instructor, which would actually be a teacher, an office manager who could actually be in the role of a secretary. And then the 19th Airlift Wing, they would work with processing and reimbursing for expenditures and validating any cost based upon the Department of Defense regulations. And then the Airlift Wing Commander has approved the proposal. He's just waiting to hear back from our district to see what the interest is from there. There's also a support built in through a contracted company called Spectrum. That's kind of who kind of sets the boundaries. And so we would have that support from there. And participating schools that comes to Starbase, they are responsible for their own busing, their own housing. If their students want to stay here, like I said, it's geared toward 5th grade, but there are options and opportunities. And if we partner as a school district, that gives us some more benefits that we can tailor toward our school district to offer more STEM opportunities for our particular students. And this is just the timeline, which is October 28th. We had the visit to Starbase Louisiana, and I'm presenting the proposal tonight to the board. If it's approved, then we move to the next step, which would be a memorandum of agreement that we would work out between the Little Rock Air Force Base and our district. And then we would start the process of inventory, the facility, and looking at the equipment and making sure everything is lined up. And then we would appoint a director, but what we had discussed, it would just be internal. We would not hire out and create another position at this particular time. We would work with the staff that we have, and we would spend the next couple of months trying to get everything ready and then look at hiring with, hopefully, the government will be back up running, funding will be flowing, and then we will be able to move forward with hiring, and then we have an August Starbase open date. And I'm going to pause here if you have any questions. Mr. Brown is here if you have any questions for him.
Questions, comments? Colonel Smith, you have anything to add?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, this partnership between the base and the district for this program would, I think, be beneficial to all of us, which was one of the reasons we proposed it to Colonel Eckert, and he was supportive of it. So it helps us be able to bring this program back for the state, and also just further increases our partnership with the Jacksonville local community. So we're definitely supportive of it from the base side, and hope you guys are interested in partnering with us.
Sounds like a tremendous opportunity for our staff and our scholars, and it's only beneficial is all I can see. So I can't see why we wouldn't.
Thank you.
Do we need a motion tonight, or
Well,
is
we
that
would
coming
like-
down? That's down there. Go ahead.
It would be nice if you all made a motion for us to move forward with the discussions, and any major decisions we could definitely bring back to the board for your consideration approval. We just would like to go ahead and give an affirmative response to the Air Force Base and their personnel, and then as well start planning for the fall of 2026.
I would like to make that motion to partner on this Starbase structure.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you, Dr. Walker. Thank you.
Ms. Frank.
All right, the last presentation, of course, it is November, so we have the report to the public. Start with somebody.
The Jacksonville North Class District is the heartbeat of our community, where learning thrives, dreams take shape, and the future shines bright. Every day, our educators and staff inspire excellence and belonging across every campus. JNPSD is more than a district. It's where families connect, traditions grow, and opportunities flourish. This annual report to the public highlights the growth and achievements of the 2024-2025 school year, a year that truly embodied what it means to be Titan strong. Jacksonville High School partnered with First Arkansas Bank and Trust to launch the Academy of Sales, Service, and Marketing, giving scholars real-world experience in financial literacy, banking, and money management. The 2024-25 school year began with excitement as we celebrated ribbon cuttings for our two newest elementary schools, Bayamida Elementary and Merle Taylor Elementary, both stunning state-of-the-art facilities built to inspire the next generation of learners. Speaking of those two schools, we had a proud district moment during last school year. New and improved letter grades were released, and Taylor Elementary jumped from an F to a C, while Bayamida rose from a D to a C. Several of our schools, Lester, Taylor, Bayamida, Jacksonville Elementary, and Jacksonville Middle School, earned Peer Summative Student Growth School Incentive Awards, celebrating measurable academic growth and progress. Our scholars continue to shine in competitions across the state. Jacksonville Middle School scholars placed in the AMC Math Competition, and high school scholar Rayshawn Wilkerson earned second place in the Skills USA Culinary Arts Competition. Athletic Director Barry Higginbotham was recognized by the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association as a Certified Athletic Administrator, and Ava Wesley earned All-State Honors in volleyball. The district also partnered with Tempest Realty Partners to explore opportunities for 5-9 gross savings plans for scholars and staff at Taylor Elementary, an initiative that underscores our long-term commitment to financial empowerment. JNPSD gained statewide attention for its innovative partnership with UA Little Rock through the Teacher Residency Program, where education majors spend a year at JNPSD gaining valuable classroom experience alongside mentor teachers. The Jacksonville Titans trap team made an impressive showing at the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission tournament, with nearly every participant achieving a new personal best score. And in the field of technology, our cybersecurity scholars took first place in the Innovate for Good Challenge, developing a project that highlighted the importance of protecting personal information and cybersecurity awareness. We are incredibly proud of the outstanding scholars, educators, and staff who represent JNPSD with excellence in academics, athletics, the arts, and community service. Their dedication and achievements continue to make our district Titan strong. At the heart of JNPSD's mission is an 8-member Board of Education dedicated to empowering scholars and supporting their growth. An ex officio board member from the Little Rock Air Force Base strengthens our connection to military families. Each financial decision is made with careful consideration to align resources with our community's educational priorities and long-term goals. Let's look at the financial breakdown from the last school year. The district had an annual budget of $50 million. We received state funding in the amount of $7,771 per student. The amount per student raised by local taxes was $3,054.86, with the remaining $4,716.14 in state participation. The fiscal year ended with a legal balance of nearly $5.8 million, and nearly $1.4 million was transferred to the building fund for future projects. District leaders established strategic goals for the school year, focusing on 3 key areas: student achievement, teaching and learning model, and culture and safety. Under student achievement, the district expanded its literacy program aligned to the science of reading, providing targeted teacher training using data to drive improved reading outcomes. Teaching and learning model, the district strengthened instructional consistency through PLCs, MTSS, and RTI, Teachers received ongoing training in HQIM, state standards, and the science of reading, supported by instructional coaching, AVID, and the art of teaching to enhance equitable learning for all scholars. And under culture and safety, the district prioritized creating a safe, inclusive environment through positive behavior supports, communication, and engagement that strengthen relationships and scholar well-being. We continue to follow the Portrait of a Graduate model, which outlines the essential skills, values, and mindsets every scholar should develop from pre-K through 12th grade. This framework leads directly into our district's mission of the 3 E's, to ensure every graduate is prepared to employ, enlist, or enroll. JNPSD remains committed to keeping our scholars, our staff, and visitors safe every day. Each of our 8 schools has armed security officers and advanced safety features, such as full body scanners, surveillance cameras on campuses and buses, and 3M bullet-resistant window film. We also use the Raptor Management Visitor System to screen all visitors and volunteers. Our strong partnership with the Jacksonville Police and Fire Departments and the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office help us stay proactive, working together to protect our schools and keep district leaders informed if any scholar could be at risk. Here's a district snapshot. The 2024-25 school year was a year of growth and progress for the Jacksonville North Pulaski School District. We served 4,357 scholars, each one with unique dreams and talents that inspire our mission every day. Of those scholars, 49% were identified as low income and 17% received special education services, reflecting our deep commitment to meeting the diverse needs of every learner. Our team included 332 licensed educators, with 40% of them holding advanced degrees, along with 275 classified staff members who keep our schools running strong and student-focused. JNPSD proudly operated 8 campuses, including 1 pre-K, 4 elementary schools, 1 middle school, 1 high school, and the Titan Learning Academy, our alternative learning program. Every JNPSD campus earned full accreditation from the Arkansas Department of Education, and our district continues to be recognized as a Purple Star School District, honoring our dedication to military-connected families. Through school choice, families have the flexibility to select the best learning environment for their children. And thanks to the Community Eligibility Program, every scholar in JNPSD receives free breakfast and free lunch daily, ensuring that no child learns on an empty stomach. The Jacksonville North Pulaski School District continues to move forward with purpose, addressing academic challenges head-on while celebrating meaningful progress in key areas. Our educators are committed to innovative teaching, strong community partnerships, and personalized support to help every scholar reach their full potential. While academic improvement remains an ongoing journey, JNPSD is making remarkable strides in expanding extracurricular opportunities, strengthening emotional wellness initiatives, and advancing technology across all campuses. Each day, our district grows stronger, becoming a place where scholars are inspired to learn, lead, and thrive. Students are encouraged to explore their interests, take ownership of their learning, and make choices that prepare them for life beyond graduation. At JNPSD, our vision is clear: to be a model school district where every student is valued and empowered to succeed and contribute positively to society.
So definitely want to give kudos and a big thank you to our Director of Communications, Mrs. Chisa Williams, who put that together, and so thank you. The last bit of information, we had 7 legal transfers for the district going out, 2 applications to Lone Oak and 5 to Cabot. School District. That concludes my district report.
All right. Any questions on Dr. O's reports? All right. Next item we've got is our consent agenda. We've got the minutes of the October 6th regular meeting, the 13th special meeting, Assistant Superintendent's report, and then also our financial report. Is there anything on there that needs to be discussed? I think there was some minutes corrections. Those are in there good. Anything you need to pull down? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So, second.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That is good. All right, December board meeting, currently we're scheduled for the 2nd, I think.
First.
The 1st, which is the weekend after Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people will be traveling out of town. So, and the whole week before that, we didn't know if we'd have enough time to get everything ready. So we thought about moving it to the 8th, is that right? The 8th, December 8th. Is everybody good with that?
Yep.
Need the motion?
You need a motion?
Yes, because you voted on the previous days. So
Motion to move the board meeting to December the 8th.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? Warren, you got to get on your calendar. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes. All right, master plan 2026.
Yes, annually, we have to present this to Dr. Charles Stein, our facilities consultant, develops this plan to present to you all, and then for public comments, if there are any public comments. So then, after that process, we submit that to the state, which will be in February. And so before you have, or in your packet, the full facilities plan, and then hopefully everyone signed including our audience, if you have not signed the sign-in sheet by the door, if you can, so that will serve as our record of attendance for this meeting. And so the recommendation is to approve the 2026 Facilities Master Plan. The only projects that you'll note that are on there are the projects that we've discussed with the Old Merle Taylor campus, and so we wanted to move forward with those items. And so the recommendation is to approve the FY26 master plan.
All right. Do we need to have is there a public hearing?
That, so the law gives us multiple ways. We can have a public hearing, a separate meeting, or it could be part of the board meeting's agenda, like we included it tonight.
Okay. Trying to get to the end of it. Any questions?
Make a motion to approve superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That passes unanimously. Legacy Pavilion.
Yeah, Coach Barry Hickenbotham is here. He's already presented to you, but I asked him to come tonight in case you have any questions. We would like, he suggested, and definitely we support his request to establish a legacy pavilion at the end of the football field on the north end of the campus. And so this will allow the opportunity to have organizations and groups to rent and host events during football, soccer, or track events. The estimated cost is $25,000. The funding source is the Athletic Gate. And the recommendation from the superintendent is to support and approve this project. And he's here if you have any questions.
Congratulations on your recognition and the
Absolutely.
certification you achieved, sir.
Thank you.
So like, I think the question last time we had was where it was going to be located, and I was thinking it was somewhere else, but in the packet you'll see the aerial of the football stadium. And is it correct that at the very end of the 100-yard dash, wherever that starts, that's where you're putting it, where the, is that the pole vault, or where's that on the?
The outside the fence and the grass area there.
Okay.
So as you enter from School Drive, the stadium is to the left. It's that immediate grass area to the left of the football stadium.
Right there.
Maybe the south
colors, the Pinnacle Standard colors, you're saying, what color for the iron will be?
I sent an email to try to get it black. I haven't got a response yet, but before we move forward, I can get that bits on the color scheme of that iron.
Perfect.
But Dr. Owen, no.
I think it, in that location, I think it fits fine. I don't think it's gonna detract at all.
It's not very good view of the field or anything from there.
It'll be covered from the elements and that kind of stuff. And when you're standing on the field, just being field level is pretty good, so.
How will you access the pavilion?
Go down the stairs. On that side, we have the stairs. You just come right there before you get onto the track. Take a left. If somebody in a wheelchair, we'll get security to bring them down in a wheelchair, and then they'll come through the bottom. And then roll them out that open there over into the bleachers. I'd also talked to Kevin Stallnacker. You know, we have that double gate right there. So maybe putting some gravel down there through the pavilion in case somebody wanted to bring a smoker in there for a game or something like that as well. So we talked about a few different things. He thought we could get gravel in there and put some ties in there to dress it up, make it look presentable, and put some gravel down there to keep it off the grass.
There'll be a concrete pad under the pavilion, though, right?
One more time?
A concrete pad under the pavilion?
Yes. Yeah, well, Pinnacles are, Pinnacle of the camp is gonna give me a concrete layout. We've already, I talked to the guy the other day about trying to get some numbers on concrete. I'm leaning on those guys and Will Fielding to try to, I've used those guys before, they've helped us back when we did it in some of the I think they're partners that will be supportive of the collections as far as that goes.
All right. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion? We'll confirm the colors before we get it going. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right, open a parent-paid 4-year-old classroom, Bobby G. Lester Elementary, January 2026.
Yes, board members, earlier you heard the report from our pre-K director, Mrs. Bradford, and saw that most of our pre-K classes are full. And so, and even with those, because of the funding stream, several of our parents in the community do not have access to it because they do not qualify for the program under the current funding stream. And so we would like to provide a 4-year-old classroom that parents can opt to pay for it, and it will be located at Bobby G. Lester Elementary. We do have the space, and if favorably approved, we will open it January 2026. And so the cost is there before you for FY26 and then a FY26-27 school year, and then the parent cost per child is before you as well at $175 weekly. And the team did do their research on what the average cost should be, and so we would like to move forward with that. So my recommendation is to approve the opening of a paid 4-year-old classroom at Bobby G. Lester Elementary for the spring semester of 2026.
Pretty quick. Ms. Logan approves too. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second.
I got a question though. How
Any
many
discussion
kids
or
are we talking?
questions?
How many kids are we talking about?
Is it 20?
Just 20?
Which will probably fill very quickly, so. But we
Is it first come, first serve, or will there be a lottery, or how does that work?
First come, first served.
And when will we start registering them?
Well, we'll start the process after the vote tonight, so
And it's $175 weekly,
weekly.
so the monthlies would have to.
The
there should have been a correction on there.
Yeah,
It should be weekly,
Weekly, yeah.
and so if it says monthly, it should have been weekly.
Well, let me be very clear.
It's
It's
weekly.
$175 per week.
Weekly. Weekly.
I thought it was weekly on there. This one says weekly.
That's what mine shows.
Yeah.
That shows the real thing.
Weekly.
Weekly.
It is, it's weekly.
As long as it's 175 a month, or I mean a weekly.
Weekly.
Pretty cheap for them.
175 a week. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Pre-K design,
We've already talked about that during the facilities update, so.
and you're gonna continue working, and if we need to schedule a workshop or a meeting, we will.
Yes, sir.
All right, purchase of 2 passenger buses.
Yes, before you, Mr. Beck, Gary Beck, our Director of Transportation, has proposed the purchase of 2 used 77 passenger school buses. These buses are needed to replace 1 route bus and 1 trip bus that are nearing life expectancy. The buses nearing, that we would retire, we would use for sub buses. The amount is $221,400. Funding source would be Enhanced Transportation Fund that we receive from the state each year, as well as student growth funding that we currently have. And the recommendation is to approve the purchase of these 2 used 77 passenger bus.
Those are 2024 models.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right, do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve as recommended. Are there any questions? Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that passes unanimously. Next item I've got is a millage election ballot.
Yes, just to be clear, it's not a millage increase. It's our annual millage election ballot that we have to submit to you all for approval, that will go before the community members in the newspaper and then during the election in March of 2026. So the rationale is to adopt the attached proposed budget of expenditures of the tax levy for fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2027 to including June 30th, 2028, and then to approve the related sample ballot for the election of March 2026. The recommendation is to approve both the budget notice and the sample ballot.
Do we hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Village election ballot. Any other questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. New vendor for volunteer background check, B-checks.
Yes, sir. We had prior to this year, we had another company when we shifted to Centegix and some other safety measures that kind of shifted the cost, and Mrs. Logan as well as Officer Odom reviewed some options for us and after meeting with this company, wanted to present this to you all. So we're recommending approval to contract with B-checks to provide the security backgrounds for our volunteers who go in and out of the school buildings. And so it's the screening process to make sure they're eligible to work with our students and be in the building. So the recommendation is to approve this this contract with B-checks for the volunteer screening service.
Okay. Any questions? Do I hear a motion?
Motion. To approve.
We got a motion and a second to approve. Any other discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Board certified behavior analysis and registered behavior technician hires.
Yes, this was presented by Mr. Hunt earlier with his finance update. I do not recall that you all took action.
No, we didn't yet. We said we'd get to it here in a minute.
Okay.
Let's make sure Mr. Hunt did not leave the building. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second to approve those hires, those positions
I have a question.
he created. Question.
Other districts in Arkansas that have the these, are they under special ed, or are they just under, or is it similar to what we're doing?
Dr. Walker, Mr. Hunt.
I know Mr. Hunt has been talking to an individual out of Conway. He can probably share a little bit more about their role in Conway.
The lady who's BCMBA at Conway actually.
You can come to the podium.
Sorry, those online can't hear unless we're talking into the mics.
The lady that is the head of the BCBA program at Conway is a lady who's worked with me previously. She is housed both under special ed and under the assistant superintendent for curriculum instruction. Ultimately, that is who she reports to. So that enables her to work with both special ed and gen ed students. She is not funded in any way through special education.
And that's the reason we're not putting it under special ed, because it can be,
If we try to fund it under special education, we're going to be pinned into just working with special education students.
Right.
This way we can work with
all
students.
our students. Got it. Cool. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes unanimously. Okay, student disciplinary actions.
Yes, you have 6 in your packet. They are uncontested, but they are there for your review and approval.
Y'all take a second to look at those and then. Gotta get out of your drive. Or into your drive. motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those pass unanimously. All right, next item, we've got personnel. We do have an addendum to be added to the agenda, so before we talk about personnel at all, do I hear a motion to add the addendum of the personnel agenda?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None are opposed. All right, so personnel, any discussion? And we've got superintendent evaluation on the agenda this evening. So we will move into executive session to discuss personnel and the superintendent's evaluation. We'll be back.
Yeah. They just woke up.
Tried to stay in as long as we could.
It's cookie time. Did you get one? Good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call us back into open session. We've got personnel. Do I hear a motion on the personnel report that was presented as amended?
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. We began the process of superintendent evaluation, and we'll have the results for that next month. It went very well, a sneak peek. So thank you for Dr. Ola for all he does for us. We appreciate it very much. Upcoming events, November 11th, 2025, Stars and Stripes Veterans Day drive-through parade in front of the Military Museum at 9:30. November the 24th through the 25th is Thanksgiving break, my favorite holiday. November through December, we've got the Titan Angel Tree Project. December 22nd through January 5th is winter break. And is there anything else on that? So, all right, Mr. Ron.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
All right, we're adjourned. Thank you all very much. Have a great night.
Bye, y'all.
Did you see the Bears?